Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got some MOTU Origins figures to take a look at. This is 3 of the later releases from the Snake Men. Now, these are all characters that weren't in our original vintage toy line. I believe most of these come through in the Masters Universe Classics line. I didn't collect the Classics. These are all new to me. These are all new characters to me. I don't have any kind of connection to them or know much about them. So purchasing these figures was a little, I mean, they look cool. That's basically what sold me on them. I thought, why not get some new characters into my collection? I may not know much about them as, you know, the actual individual characters that they are, but they're part of the Snake Men line. So I thought, why not? Let's take a look. So we have here Reptilax, Mercenary Brute of the Snake Men. Pretty neat looking. He's got a lot of different colors on him, and you can see some reused parts there. We've got Triclops' sword. I believe that's King Hiss's shield. So yeah, so there's some reused parts in there. Back of the package, you got some pretty cool artwork. Nice. I dig it. I don't really know much about the character, but like I said, these are just some to add to my collection here. This one's listed as Origins Vypor, Sinister Embodiment of Vypor Tower. And back of the package, you got a really cool artwork of him as well. I believe that's Eldor there. Cool. So we got some other characters in the artwork that looks pretty neat. And then last we got Lord Grasp, Venomous Vypor with a crushing claw. Now obviously he's using Clawful's claw there. Very cool. That looks like the same head sculpt that we got on Squeeze. And then the back of the package actually has cross-sell art. I believe this is the only one of the 3 that maybe wasn't a Mattel Creations exclusive. But yeah, so it says, the dreaded Snake Men have arisen from the darkest depths of Snake Mountain. King Hiss and his repulsive reptiles have vowed to destroy He-Man and his heroic warriors. Will Eternia fall to the slithering storm? All right, so that's the overall for the Snake Men. But specifically for Lord Grasp, it says a sinister master strategist approaches every situation with toxic intentions. Very cool. I can't remember what this guy's name was. I imagine we're probably going to get a figure of him as well. That would be cool. Yeah, so I thought, why not? I'll just go ahead and lump these 3 together into one video. I'm working on putting together a video on some of the more cartoon collection stuff. I've got the latest wave of those, so I'll be doing a video on those soon. But yeah, I wanted to get these out of the package. I wanted to get hands-on with them. So yeah, let's start with Lord Grasp. Let's get him out real quick. I like the coloring on this guy. And let's see. Yeah, so sometimes it's easier just to pull them apart. All right, we got our standard snake staff here, which we've seen with a few different characters. Let's pop him back together. And I think that's the same cape that comes with Scareglow, just in a different color. And these are all standard parts as far as his body is concerned. Got standard boots, standard legs. He's got the standard arm like Skeletor. Very cool. I do think that sculpt looks very much like Squeeze. I don't have Squeeze handy, or I would put them side by side. So let me get a picture of him at least to put right here and take a look at that head. Is it the same? Yes or no? But either way, pretty cool. This is more of a standard type of figure. Nothing really all that extensive as far as adding new parts. This looks pretty much like reusing of everything. And again, he comes with the snake staff or serpent staff, as well as, this little shield. Now, King Hiss has one, I believe, similar to this that's green. Yeah, decent enough. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to have an additional character with the claw. The comic he comes with is Leviathan's War. And here we have, if I can open it, his little diagram showing the parts that are removable. Nothing too fancy there. Yeah, I believe we've seen this one before with one of the other ones. Yeah, Terror. I've done a video on him. So see, here's the other three in this wave. Yeah, cool. I'll check that out later. All right, next up, we're going to do the Origins Vypor. So I'm assuming there was another character somewhere with the name Vypor spelled that way, which is why they had to tag Origins onto the beginning of it. I really wish there was more information on the back here to tell us more about the character. But I guess Leviathan's War, which we've already seen. I guess I have to read that comic book to find out exactly what's going on with this character. Now, this one's pretty cool. I don't know what all's new on this character. I do really like the look of him. That armor is really cool. Let's set him free. They really go overboard with these little plastic tie things. Yeah, this one's actually really cool looking. Got the hinged jaw. Nice. He's got the feet like Clawful and let's see, is it Buzz Off that has these feet? I think so, yeah. Really cool. I dig the chains on there. Now the chains actually have a little plastic towel in them as well. And he comes with a little scepter. Looks like an Evil End scepter, except it's bones. Very cool. I really like the look of this guy. Very cool. Yeah, that's a nice addition. I'm really looking forward to getting a full display together, because those Battle for Eternia 4-pack figures, they were also really cool. I'm looking forward to having them in a display with all of the others. Real quick, here's the little diagram that came with Vypor, showing you what's removable. I'm really surprised that one didn't have a neck extension like some of the others. Very cool. All right, Reptilax. Probably the most colorful of these three. Again, I wish we had some kind of bio or something for him on the back of the package. And again, he has also one of those shields, just like Grass Pad. Man, these... Anybody else think these damn ties are ridiculous? Do we really need that many of them? Now, he also has the same feet as Vypor, which are those monster-type feet. pretty nice. No hinged jaw or anything, but I do really like the look of this guy. Accessories wise, he comes with a green axe. This is the same one we saw with that deluxe Ram Man. We got Triclops' sword. Looks like it's about the same color as well. Now this guy also comes with a tail. I think he's the only one that has this specific tail. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me in the comments, but very cool. You can actually pivot it because it just pokes in there on the back. But that'll be good to help hold him up. Let's give him the sword and the axe. Go ahead and get him ready for battle. I like the look of this guy. And it's kind of weird because you would think that the way the coloring and stuff is, that the head wouldn't be this dark green. Like it should be a more of a color to match his skin tone or whatever that is, his scales. But no, it's not. Something different. I dig it. This one's probably my favorite of the three, if I'm being honest. All right, and here's our Reptilax's little diagram showing the parts that can be removed. Oddly, they just include the tail on this side. I've seen some of the others where they're just on the back side of it. They would point out the tail comes on and off. So that's a weird choice. But yeah, we've got a really cool set of figures here. Yeah, it's one of those things where I wasn't, I didn't have any connection to these actual characters. Like I said, they weren't in the vintage line. These were introduced into the Masters Universe Classics line, I believe all three of them were. And I'll try to find some images of the Classics counterparts so we can kind of compare. But yeah, they're really cool figures. They worked out really well being scaled down to the 5.5 inch figure. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to maybe some more Snake Men in the future. And yeah, sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Do you have all three of these? Do you have a specific one that you prefer? Let me know. And if you have an attachment to any of these characters that maybe someone like me who collected the vintage but not the classics, if there's something specific about it that you think I should know, let me know in those comments. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done it. And I'll be back again soon with something else. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.